welcome back to your #1 top for PSO2 New Genesis gameplay, how-to, and all that jazz. And today we are here because we got ourselves the launch of the brand new season event inside of PSO New Genesis. And of course, I know there is so many new players coming in, and this will be your 4th seasonal event. So today I'm going to go over everything you need to know about this season event, from what items you can get to how to get them and everything else in between. But before we get into this, I do want to give a giant thank you to everybody that is supporting over on Patreon as well as Twitch, and we will go more into that in a bit. But for now, let's go ahead and teach you everything you need to know about the season event. So to start off, the main thing here is, of course, the main lobby in Central City have been completely remodeled here with brand new decorations, or I get technically old decorations. But if you're new player, this is all new, so I get there with that. And of course, not only is it just for cosmetics, we also have a NPC that is coming in, which you can find right over here by the tails. This NPC will be available in every single city, so do not worry. You can find her in the case of Watain. She is down by the stage area, and in Kavaris, I'm not 100% for sure, but I know she's roughly around where you spawn. But the biggest thing about her is a few things here. So to start off, we of course got ourselves like a little bit of a story event that she will send us on, which we will cover in a moment. But we also have, of course, our seasonal shop. So the thing is about the season shop here is this will be on a 2-week cycle. In 2 weeks, it will refresh, give us some new items, as well as restock some of the other items in this. And outside of that, the few things we can get here, outside of a new mag, we got some cosmetic. We got ourselves, of course, a brand new dash here with, of course, this wonderful skipping animation, as well as some stamps, some star gems, which are great, special scratches for the scratch ticket, as well as our brand new 6-star weapon coming in here. Now you can get your hands on that already plus 40. And of course, already have 3 augment put onto them. The only catch here is, of course, they are level 40 requirements. So if you're not level 40, sadly you can't use the weapon yet. But nonetheless, here they are, and we will go ahead and see how they stack up in another video about if these are actually good weapon, or should you still just be farming Kaiser and Rugged. But that for a whole different discussion, no. But nonetheless, outside of the weapon, we can also get our hands on, of course, some materials, which is great, especially for upgrading equipment and trying to get your Kaiser unlocked. And then we also, of course, have some low temperature resistant, which I did a whole video about that. If you're interested in it, I will be sure to link it above, as well as some higher level augments for you guys to help out with your battle power, as well as, of course, some in-grinder, some alpha reactor that you can sell for some Maceta, and also some separate weight when attaching augments. So as far as when you start this off, you will automatically be given 20,000 seasonal points, which you can go ahead and see right here down in the middle of the green bottom. And of course, there is no cap to how many seasonal points you can get in any given time, but there is, of course, only so many items to get, so keep that in mind. You might have some extra if you decide to buy up everything. Just know your season point will carry over into a part 2 of this event, so do not worry about them going away. They will hang around. And of course, this event will be lasting to the 11th of October, with a few extra days to pick up any extra items once the event ends, just in case you have some leftover seasonal point. So with that, let's go ahead and discuss how you can actually get your hands on these seasonal points. So the main thing here is, of course, by killing enemy. If you noted, the enemies now have a new symbol above their head, which you can go ahead and kill them. As far as how many you will get, distant enemies will give a decent amount. Like just now, that one give me 10 points. Some higher level enemy will give you a little bit more. but pretty much by defeating an enemy, you will go ahead and get your hand on the currency. So not only can you get them from just killing enemies in the open areas, but if you go ahead and head to Battle Sector, you also have yourself the ability to get you way more seasonal points. Because the main thing about doing Battle Sector here is, of course, you can get PSE. So if you have already been getting PSE, but you will know exactly how many enemy can actually spawn from it. And of course, by getting as many PSE as possible, you can get any more season points any more quicker. But there is a way to get it any more quicker than hanging out in a battle sector and doing PSE. And of course, that is buying an item that will give a giant percentage boost. Just note, this is available to a free-to-play player, so this is not a paid item. But by heading over to the shop and heading to item recycle, you can go ahead and buy you the Moon-Gazing 22 point plus 100. So what it will do is, of course, give a 100% bonus to as many seasonal points for 1 hour. This is only available during this event. And of course, this item, you can go ahead and get your hands on it in 2 ways. You can go ahead and trade AC items. To get this, you will require 5 of these. Not the most ideal here, because AC items are way more desirable, not only to unlock up for your character, but as well to sell from a setup. So the main one of interest here, especially for free-to-play player, is going to be the Etchy Scratch. So not only with your daily Etchy Scratch, you will get item that you can then trade in to get your hands on this, and you are going to require to have 5 of these. So if you got a whole bunch of star gem build up, you got a whole bunch of items you don't want, maybe some duplicates, and you might be wondering what to actually do with it, this is a very, very good way to use the item to give you that bonus to your appearance. Also, a small little side note here is, of course, tied to SG badges. So as far as SG badges are concerned, this is not anything really to do with the seasonal event, just some helpful advice. Is, of course, you can turn SG items you have already used into badges that are stackable, so it doesn't take up nearly as much inventory space if you have a whole bunch of SG items. And of course, you can also trade these in as well to get your hands on this bonus to your season points. So, small little note there, but a very helpful one nonetheless, especially for this event. And then a small little thing here for this. This is starting today. I need to figure out, let me know in the comment, anyone knows that dates on this, which is of course tied to our randomite. Elite for the 4th week, this is available for you to get your hands on. All you gotta do is destroy it like you would any other mining material. And of course, when you destroy the randomite, not only do you get a handful item, you get a lot of items, as you can see here. That will give you a crap ton of crafting material, which is very much needed, not only to upgrade your weapon, but also to start working on your Kaiser stuff. So that's available right now. Just know this is not a guaranteed thing on all seasonal events. At least in the past, it seemed a little more random, since I believe this is only the 2nd time we have got it. But nonetheless, this is something that is happening right now with the season event, so make sure you're taking advantage of it right now. And then our next thing here is, of course, limited time tasks. So these tasks will be available not only through the NPC shopkeeper for the seasonal event, but also in your limited time tab will be listed a whole bunch more. So of course, as you can see, we got complete some daily tasks, as well as some other quests, such as taking part in another limited time quest, which we will go to in a moment on that one. But there is a whole bunch of quests here, such as use seasonal point that will unlock any more point for you. So if you are trying to also stockpile the seasonal point from the enemies, doing the limited time tasks will also be ideal to give you a whole bunch of extras that you can use on whatever item you want. So be sure to get these done as well. And then on top of that, we do have a handful of course, dailies and weeklies that you can also do for any more season points as well. So anytime you see that little blue octagon type symbol with season, these are the quests that will be tied to the season event. So make sure to get them done, not only in limited time, but your weekly as well as your dailies as well. And it once again will help you get any more points. And then our next thing about the season event this time around, hopefully that's something that they will keep for future endeavor, but for this season event, we do have a brand new quest type that you can accept by coming into the tower in Central City and talking to the NPC behind the counter and take on a limited time quest. We do have ourselves a event that is exclusive to, of course, hitting up Mount Magnets. So, of course, by every time completing this, you're going to get decent amounts of seasonal points. So, to start off, this is a few ranks going up to rank 5. And, of course, rank 5 giving you 10,000 season points. And then, as you can see, as we go down the lower ranks, it will start giving up less and less. But any completing this on rank 1, every one, you're going to be looking at getting 5,000 season point, and this is only a level 17 quest, at least at rank 1. And then, of course, a rank 5 will peak at 57. So, this is also a good way to farm. And on top of that, right now, we do got a bonus 20% to experience. So, if you are trying to level a class, this is also probably ideal. Just know you're going to require a certain level and, of course, a certain battle power as well. So keep that in mind before you hop into this. And then on that thing, it tied to Rappies. So the Rappies themselves have been given a nice little redesign here that you will see them on around with the food they are eating. But you will also have a chance of course, finding a Emperor Rappy. And of course, if you want to try to farm these, supposedly from my understanding, I did some testing. I didn't have much luck doing it, but then again, that just PSO in some ways. But supposedly, these are supposed to be fawning from killing certain dreads or veterans, depending on what way you want to call them. They're the same thing. I just call them dread because I think dread's in my head. But nonetheless, by defeating them, you will have a chance to, of course, having a Emperor Rappy spawn that will have a handful of item, nothing like to the degree we have seen in the past. But nonetheless, if you want to try to get your hands on the encounter, good luck to you, and hopefully you'll be able to do just that. And with that, that is what is happening with this season event Pacific. Just know there are one or two little things that kind of happened during other seasonal event. We will see if they come back. They've been around in the past. This time, not so much. But if they do pop up later on, the main one of interest that we don't have at the moment is, of course, midships. Midships are kind of similar to this little guy that I'm setting to right now, that you will find out either in the cities or inside the open world, and by finding them, they usually had limited time tied to them, as well as a whole bunch of seasonal points. Once again, that is not happening this time around, but that is something that have happened in the past. So just a heads up, that is a thing that might happen when we get on net one. Well, that's something that Sega just not gonna do in the future. But either way, just a little note though to keep that in mind for future endeavors. But for now, that right there is everything that is happening with this season event and everything you need to be focusing on. So hopefully you can get out there, get into some of the new limited time quests, limited time, like I get side objectives or tasks, try to get them done. And of course, try to farm up as much season points as possible by defeating enemies and getting PSC, so you can grab all the items that you want from the shop. And of course, once again, that will be running to early October. So you got yourself a few weeks here. Just know, ideally, some of the items in the shop will be replaced or, of course, refilled, such as like the star gems and whatnot. So make sure you get all that stuff done before the reset happen in 2 weeks. But for now you know everything you need to know about season events inside of a New Genesis. And hopefully you have found that video helpful. And if so, make sure you do the thumbs up, subscribe, hit all the wonderful bells below so you don't miss out on any of my PSO2 content. And also, by the time you see that video, I should be live or almost live with a New Genesis playing over on Ship 1. And we'll be streaming it here on YouTube as well as over on twitch.tv/TroyMaconn. So be sure to come on over, say hello, and let's do our season quests together and hopefully help you all get a crap ton of them. And of course, if you want to support the channel beyond all that and be like all the wonderful folks here, be sure to check out patreon.com/Maconn, and of course, as well as subscribing over on Twitch. Might it be true normal mean, because right now it's September, so if you want to sub, now at the time, half off for you. And also on top of that, if you're Amazon Prime user, don't forget you do get one free sub over on Twitch every single month. And with that, that's gonna go ahead and do it for me, and I will see you all in the comments.